Hi guys, welcome back to Robertson's Belly Acres. Say, today we're going to be working on a little project, a little honeydew. Rachel's needing a shelf right above the stove. Excuse me, and someone's going to put her spices and stuff like that on, so we're not having to dig through the cabinet every time. But I've gone out, I dug around in my shed, and I come up with these two old shelf brackets that we've come across, salvaged somewhere to repurpose. But as you can tell, somebody's decided they were going to paint them white, and then they kind of left them black. Really didn't do much justice for them either way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take these and I'm going to paint them up, get them all white and pretty. That way they kind of go, they match and they look better going in the kitchen there. And then I've also got this white board we're going to clean up and get a good coat of paint on it. That way, being right over the stove, they're not getting all stained up. So here we go, we're going to start painting. Okay guys, so I showed you earlier that I was spray painting these brackets to put this shelf up. So here's where we're going to put it. We're in the kitchen here in front of the stove, and we've got this area right here that you can see that there's a lot of wasted space right there. And as much as Rachel and I love to cook, we need to get us a cabinet there. I say cabinet, need a spice rack or shelf right there. So that's where we're going to put this at. But we're going to throw a little twist on this today. Dummy me, I forgot my tape measure at work today. So I'm going to bring the board in here. I'm going to set it up and measure it like on the length. That way we know exactly how long it needs to be. Then we'll go cut it and put up our brackets and we'll get the board put on. So stick with me and I'll show you how I kind of redneck these things around. Okay, so like I told you, I screwed up, left my tape measure in the truck at work today, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get my board up here. We're going to get snug against the edge of the cabinet, nice and snug. We know there's a stud right there for a bracket. And we can knock across. You can hear nice and hollow. There's a stud. We've got a stud right here too that this cabinet's stuck onto. So we're going to measure straight down from here so we can put our other bracket on. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to measure our board right here. I'm going to get it up in here and show you how I kind of southern engineer these things without having to move a bunch of stuff around and Rachel's kitchen. Like I say, just get it up in there nice and snug. We know that's tight against the edge of the cabinet. Right up here. We want our shelf to be even or flush with the outside of this cabinet. It's going to be a little bit longer than the stove is wide, but that's okay. I'm going to mark that sucker right there. Very carefully. Let this back down so we don't mess up Mama's new stove. Turn it out of there. I don't know if you can see. Right there's our mark. So we're going to go out here. We're going to pick our speed square. And we're going to take it out there. We're going to mark it and we're going to go ahead and cut this. So let's go. Okay guys, the lighting kind of stinks out here this evening, but as you can see, I've got my speed square sitting here. We're going to line it up. We'll get us a good mark. got us a mark there. We'll come over to this side. Mark back to it. Okay, I got to admit, I couldn't do it the other direction. Couldn't get the second part of the line drawn with one hand, so we're going to go ahead and set our board up here. I don't have any traditional sawhorses here, so we're going to set up right here on the porch on the handrail. I've got our skill saw over here. I'm going to try to get this. I don't know how well it's going to turn out, but let's cut this sucker off. All right, there we have it. Let's take this bad boy inside and see how she fits. Okay, so we're back in the kitchen. We got our board with us. Let's see how it fits. Oh yeah. Almost perfectly flush right there. So this is actually going to be mounted right about here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pull this down and we're going to throw a couple screws in these brackets and put them up here on the wall. See how we can get this put in tonight. I think my bit just bit it. I'll be back. Okay guys, got a new bit. We're going to go ahead and get these two screws snugged up and started in. We got really lucky. Hit the stud, first try both screws. Now comes the tricky part. Again, no level with me. All I've got is a little string bubble, and we're going to try using that. Okay, so this is what we've got here. You can kind of see that bubble moving back and forth. These are made to hang a string going across. A lot of guys use them for pouring concrete. When they want to make sure that their concrete form's level, they go in there and they set that, and then they bring their board up just touching the string. That way you know if it's too high or too low, you're moving the bubble. So let's lay this up here. We're going to put the board on it. Then we're going to, on this end, we're going to bring this up so that the level shows where we need to be at, and we're going to mark it. We're going to put a mark on that end on the wall. And when we put a mark on there, we know that's where the top of our bracket needs to be. Pull our board down and put that bracket up. There's our board. We're level right there, guys. Oh no, the stove ate my pin. Hold on. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our board. We're going to go ahead and set it up here like I said. We got it tucked in nice and tight. We're going to take our string line level. Put that on there and get this shelf where it's leveled up. Look level to you? Looks pretty good to me. We're going to go down here. We're going to put us a mark, just a small little mark on the wall, if our pin will work. Yeah, we kind of got us a mark. Let me see if we can make that a little better so I don't lose it. There we go. So now, we're going to take our other bracket here. We're going to mount it up there. like I said, we're going to take this one, start our screw right there. We'll put that level, put that mark right at the very top of our bracket. Just like that. We're in there. All right. And like I said before, guys, these are recycled, repurposed, however you want to word it. So this one's kind of tweaked a little bit. So I'm going to put a third screw in there and see if we can draw that end back around. That did help some. Let's see if we can do a little bit of tweaking with it. Oh yeah. That's a whole lot better right there. I'm going to tighten this side up a little more. Good and tight. I need to put one more screw in the right side bracket. Huh, that was luck. Okay. Our brackets are up. Let's get our board and lay it back up there. Yes. Okay, standing back and looking at this, it does not look level to me. There again, we're going to use our level. And I missed it. So, I'm true to form, guys. I'm not going to show it, but I'm going to go ahead and take that bracket down and I'm going to move it up about a ½ inch. And I'll show you the finished product. Okay, guys. And there it is. It's set in there nice. I do need to get a little bit of paint and touch up this end real quick. I'll do that after we're done here. But as you see, I did have to move this up a little bit. Luckily, our shelf bracket did cover up the other holes. So, if nobody tells Rachel, maybe she won't know. Nah, who am I kidding? My baby knows everything. I'd never try to hide things from her, guys. That's what's so cool about my wife. I can mess up. Just like I showed you guys. I have no problem admitting my mistakes or showing my mistakes. And there it is. So I've got to find some new screws. These are just a little bit too long. As you see right here, maybe, there we go. If I put that screw in there, it's going to be too long and it's going to show. Tomorrow I'll have to run to the store and grab some shorter screws, and I may have something shorter than this out in the shed, but we'll see. Like I say, really simple project this evening. Rachel really likes having her spices and seasonings right there. I mean, it's a lot easier than that, right? So we're going to get some stuff set up here. So when she gets home from work, it's a nice, pleasant surprise that I got the shelf done. So, guys, if you like what you saw on this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Leave me some comments. If you got different ideas on different ways to do things, I am open to suggestions at any time. Just because it's the way I do it doesn't mean it's right. It just means it works for right now. So, but until then, make sure that if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, smash that bell and get ready for the next video that we come out with. So until next time, see ya.